Shanswell with Engearment.com in our mountains of Colorado. Just got done doing a tour on one of my favorite split boards of the 23-24 season, and certainly the best bang for your buck. It's the Arbor Landmark. This version is the rockered version. It's also a cambered version, size 164 wide. There's a lot to cover on this split board, and right now if you put in the code I'll put below, you can get the skins, nice skins that are custom made for the board for free. That's awesome. So, a lot to get into. Let's just jump right in. First, we'll start with sizing. I am 215-pound man, 6'1", size 12 on my boot. I opted for the 164 length and the wide version. That is a really nice size for me, and there's plenty of sizes available. Smaller sizes as well as non-wide versions. And I got to give Arbor a shout out real quick because they're one of the biggest supporters this year for the Beacon Bash, our 6th annual Beacon Bash. We had our Front Range Beacon Bash at Winter Park in December. We had one in Washington State, and we have one upcoming in Sante Fe. Arbor sent us 5 of these split boards and skins to be included in our raffle, so you still have a chance to win 2 of these boards. So take note on that. I know Sante Fe might not be easy to get to for a lot of people, but we'll be there beginning of March. I'll put a link below for that Beacon Bash as well. Back to this board and why I'm so impressed with it. So first off, I've been using Arbor split boards for about 20 years. My first Arbor snowboard was the Element Alt. Beautiful graphics, love that board. And then I transitioned into the Abacus. I actually did my level 2 Airy and Companion Rescue on the Abacus. I really enjoyed the system rocker. Some people are going to comment below that rocker is hard to tour in and this and that. Well, and it can be. I prefer rocker because I like lower angle terrain and I like to have more maneuverability, especially in powder. If you don't like rocker, hey, that's cool. There's a cambered version of this board available too. So they got you covered. Camber, generally speaking, will allow for more efficient touring on the way up, which you're gonna spend most of your time touring on the way up. And a lot of people like the control, edge-to-edge control of camber. I have half my quiver of boards is cambered, half is rockered. It's just personal preference, terrain choice, and experience. So get that out of the way because there's always a debate, camber or rocker, camber or rocker. Well, you can do either one you want. Rocker, in my opinion, is just a little bit more fun, but at the sacrifice of touring potentially. However, there's a lot of technology that Arbor put into this Landmark board to make it tour pretty dang good for a rockered board. There's multiple contact points, kind of like a thing like magnet traction on a LibTech. So you have multiple contact points that maintains grip really, really well. The placement of where the touring kit goes is very ideal. It's not, it's well engineered. They put a lot of thought into it. So you do push weight through here and it causes a good flex and maintains a good grip. I have it in the split mode right now so I can show you the skins because the skins are actually really, really good. There's one size fits all. And I did not think it was going to fit the 164 wide, but I got to fit, and I'll show you in a second. These are great skins. Kula makes really nice skins. Like, you know, they're like 200, 230 for the skins by themselves, but as I'm shooting this review, there's a code I saw pop up on their website where you can get the skins included for free. That's a bargain considering this board is $6.99. If you know much about split boards, that is a ridiculously cost-effective price. A lot of split boards we test are up to twice that in price. You know, $1,200, $1,400 for some of the carbon versions. So it's incredible what you get for the several $100. Especially if you're starting out, I can't recommend this board enough. The price not only is fair, the craftsmanship is second to none. They manufacture these boards pretty far away from the US, over in the UAE. And they have been doing so for a while for a lot of reasons. Consistency. I've been on many Arbor split boards and snowboards, and the quality is always consistent. There's never any gapping. The construction is always really good. It's a 3-year warranty. That's pretty dang good. And also the graphics on Arbors are always really attractive. Just some of my favorite. It's not the lightest board, not the heaviest board. It's just right in the middle. You're getting a lot for the money. And so when I mentioned earlier, the multiple contact points, you can kind of see it kind of like a serrated knife or scalloped. You see there's the grip tech right there. Another grip tech right here. And also it kind of curves up a little bit, just ever so slightly, which allows for some pretty fun carving, a lot of soul surfing you can do, especially on a rockered board. So rockered, if you don't know what rockered is, I'll be happy to do my best to explain it. Rockered is going to be a smiley face. So rocker is like this, camber is like this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about quite yet, and you're wondering, why would anybody ever want to ride a board like this? Well, when you stand on it, the board flexes and becomes more flat, more connected with the ground, whereas rockered, as you step on it, it's just kind of rockered. And so some people, like I mentioned earlier, are going to say it's going to wash out more on the touring up. It may a little bit. Your experience may vary. I think the best thing to do is just practice. Practice your touring. Just get in a nice groove and get going. Like I said, I just got done with doing a tour, and that's why I want to show you how a tour setup looks as opposed to just putting it together as a snowboard. And it toured fantastically. Like I mentioned, I took Arbor rockered boards on Airy level 2, but back in the day, when was that? 2015? Back in the day, level 2 was like, I was in there with some really established people, some guides, and I was able to keep up with them on skis, and that's a big statement. Most of the skiers smoked me. That was a pretty bold statement. I didn't mean to fire anybody up. Most skiers, most times, smoke me, especially on touring and shredding. Skiers are better than me. I'm adequate at most things. But long story longer, I was able to keep up with, a lot of professionals in the backcountry during level 2, and then companion rescue. In companion rescue, which you should all be doing, level 1 kind of companion rescue is going to kind of in the middle. Level 2 is more advanced, more meteorology, and but I think level 1 and companion rescue are essential. Companion rescue, you're going to be able to spend a lot of time, down in rescue mode, and so you're going to want a split board that is easier to maneuver with, and especially in ski mode, which is again why I have it demonstrated in ski mode. And so I've had great success on boards with the system rocker profile with Arbor, and again, the debate between rocker and camber, you can choose which one you want on this. You can get one of each, I guess, if you wanted to. But long story longer, let's go into the components. So I have it today outfitted with Carrot Quorum bindings. It does not come with bindings. That is something you purchase on your own. Obviously, most of you know that, but some of you are probably beginners and you're just trying to figure out what comes with the split board. It comes with all of these. The Carrot Quorum tip and tail clips, they're the same thing. They're really good. They're better than the Chinese hooks for sure. You get Carrot Quorum Ultra clips. What those are is those go on like so, and it's gonna be hard with my bindings on, but they go on right there, and then you cinch it down. And what's cool about the Carrot Quorum Ultra clips is after years of use, or lots and lots of use, if the board starts to get any kind of gapping, which you're going to be using the heck out of this thing, right? Then you can just simply tighten this or loosen this, depending on what you need to do, and it will create a nice, secure connection. I really enjoy the Carrot Quorum Ultra clips, and Carrot Quorum is an awesome company, and they make their stuff up in Washington State in the USA. Had a chance to go hang out with them at several different Baker Splitboard festivals. Just awesome people. Some fun stories to share with you off camera too about hanging out with them. And this is a couple-year-old Carrot Quorum binding setup. This is not included. So you get the Carrot Quorum tip, tail clips, Carrot Quorum Ultra clip, or Carrot Quorum Ultra clip down lower, and the screw inserts. The screw inserts are universal, so they will fit the Carrot Quorum. The Spark R&D, which is another great splitboarding binding company out of Bozeman, Montana. Awesome people. My usual setup as I get further into the season is actually the Phantom hard boot setup, which we have a review on as well. You can learn more about that. Regardless of the bindings you're using, they will fit on the Landmark. And again, I'm just going to try and cover it in 30 seconds. The best value for performance and craftsmanship of any split board I've tested yet, $700. And at the moment, as of end of January 2024, you put in the code right there, you get the skins included. If you are watching this sometime in the future, you can purchase the skins at a later time or use your own skins. Oh, and I skipped over, but I will bring it back up. So there it is on the very last segment. It does fit. It does fit the 164 wide. And of course you would bring this clip closer towards the skin right here, should you have a smaller split board. And like I mentioned, we have 2 more of this exact split board in smaller sizes to put in the raffle for the next Beacon Bash, which will be, I think, March 9th at Sante Fe, Ski Sante Fe. So you would have a chance to win one of these. My good friend Amanda Ludwig won the Landmark at our Beacon Bash in December at Winter Park. Promptly went out and took her level 1, joined an all-women's splitboarding group called Women Who Splitboard. My friend Rama runs. Went out and she went from attending the Beacon Bash and being splitboard curious to winning this board, taking the proper classes for safety, and now she's out, backcountry babe, doing it up in the backcountry on the Arbor Landmark. So pretty awesome full circle turn of events right there. I'll stop rambling about this. I'll put a link below if you want to purchase. We do have an affiliate link set up with Arbor, so that supports our company, Engearment.com, but at 0 cost to you. But I want to be fully upfront with you about that link. Those of you who do click on the links before you purchase the products or to purchase them, I really truly thank you. It's allowed us to purchase good camera equipment and audio equipment, come out here, shoot the videos, and show you how the gear works. And I really hope they're helpful videos. I love when we get to help people out, they put in the comments. So a thumbs up is always appreciated. If you have anything to share about the Landmark cambered or rockered or Arbor in general, or questions about it, put those in the comments below, and I'll do my darndest to get right back to you and help you out. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and director of Stoke for Engearment. Until next time, take care.